every single team, and we will start. What we're going to do is either Breach, Josh, or I will give out the grade. We've all been assigned certain teams, and then Josh is going to give us his favorite pick because even though these guys are now in the NFL, they haven't been there long enough for Breach to actually know who they are, and I only know like 3/4 of them, right?
Works for me.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know why I'm insulting you that way, Breach.
Yeah, that's mean.
Yeah, you know who they are.
Yeah,
like, for instance,
where for the draft? They're in my head. I know who they are, but until then, till next January, I don't need to know the 2023 class.
Right. That's true.
And the first team we're starting with, actually, first pick from Cincinnati, second pick from Ohio State. So if there is any team I would know, it is the team that drafted 2 players from Ohio with their first 2 picks.
And of course, the New York Jets. Breach. They drafted Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, all in the first round. Traded back up to get Johnson. Breece Hall, Jeremy Ruckert, Max Mitchell, and Michael Clemens. What's your grade for the New York Jets, Breach?
I wrote down A on the rundown, but nope, I'm not giving them A. I'm giving them an A+. I feel like the Jets draft was so good. I felt like we've talked more about them over the past 3 days than we did during the entire 2021 season. It's like the Jets just fall off the map and they don't matter by week 4. But as far as this draft goes, falling off the map after week 4 might not be happening anymore because of how much talent they added. I mean, we talked a lot about their first round haul, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. All of those guys likely will be starting in 2022. And if you come out of a draft with 2 starters, you're looking good. You get 3. I mean, you've already hit a home run, and that's if you didn't make any other picks in the draft, except that the Jets did make other picks. I love the Breece Hall pick. I think some people thought, hey, the Jets, they just drafted a running back in the past couple of years. Why do they need another running back? Look, running backs are cheap. Just keep adding running backs. It doesn't matter. If you find a super talented one who hits a home run, then your team's even better. And so they just keep putting these weapons around Zach Wilson. And so this team is going to their season. It's all going to come down to whether or not Zach Wilson's any good. But if he just plays slightly above average football, they've put such a talented team around him that the Jets could be a surprise. And it's because of how well they did in this draft.
Agree with that, Josh? Does this draft help to make the Jets maybe? I don't know about contenders. I know if Zach Wilson takes a leap, sure. I think your feeling of the Jets probably depends on how you feel about Zach Wilson. What's your favorite pick from the Jets draft class, Josh?
My favorite pick is the selection of Breece Hall, the running back out of Iowa State, because I think he's a great complementary piece to Michael Carter II. Carter was fantastic when he was available last year. He did have some injury issues, but the pairing of those 2 players, I think, really key on one another, and especially in that wide zone blocking scheme where you lean on your run game heavily, you need multiple backs that are going to be able to step in there and handle the load. So I think it was a fantastic pick. I think they complement each other well. And the Jets just found good value throughout this draft class. Sauce Gardner was my top cornerback. Garrett Wilson was my top wide receiver. Jermaine Johnson I had valued higher than where he was taken. I love Jeremy Ruckert. I love Max Mitchell. It was just a fantastic draft class. I mean, I love what they were able to accomplish over these 3 days. But I particularly love the selection of Breece Hall because of the fit in that offense.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. And, really, I think that while you can find guys who are cheaper to be explosive running backs in the, Kyle Shanahan, LaFleur system, whatever you want to call it, it does help to invest into it because, especially with a guy like Zach Wilson back there, because really, Michael Carter looked good for stretches, but Tevin Coleman, they just needed somebody else to be like sort of a feature-ish back who can dominate in that scheme. And I think that this should help them in a pretty big way. So I dig that as well.